All right, we're back. I got Dunner on the line. Look at that. Dunner. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hey,
What's up? Everybody hasn't heard your smiling voice for shit, it's been almost 2 months. Me being gone and trying to catch up. You know what happens when you're gone from your house for like 40 days? Your wife comes up with a shit ton of things for you to do. I can tell you that. That's the way it used to work. I'd be gone and then I'd come home and then I would spend every moment I was at home trying to catch up. And then as soon as I got like a little bit of breathing room, I was like, wow, I can relax now. Then I'd get called back out again and I'd be gone and I'd come home and do the whole deal again. All right, so what do we got? We got the Champ de Mars tournament at Parc de Paris at the new pin placements. And some of them I can remember. The regular pin placement on this hole is right there, but the new pin placement is more to the left. And I'm trying to come around this way no matter what. If you've got a tailwind, you can do it with a 3 power ball. If you've got a headwind, you're going to need to bring out a 4. But it carries about 100%, maybe even more than 100% if you've got tailwind. And so if you got a 3 wind, it's really kind of a 6 wind if you're going against a headwind. It is brutal down in this area. Brutal, depending on which way the wind's blowing. Let's see if we can pop it on the first time. We're playing in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember what hole this is.
We took the private jet to Australia. We're in Sydney right now, chilling out, drinking some Fosters. Need to go to the other side of whatever they drink. It's funny because you get in America and we have like, oh, this is the Aussie thing, but you talk to Australians and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Never heard of that piss beer shit.
Yeah. I remember commercials for it. Foster's, Australian for beer.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my Australian accent.
Yeah, and you talk to somebody from Australia and they're like, what's Foster's? I'm in a bracket.
Yeah.
Did you get in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So
I think
I'm going to bring my APOC because let's see which way's the wind blowing. This will make a determination here. So we got tailwind. So
pretty much tailwind.
I'm going to bring my APOC.
Is this the one? So that piece of fairway on the left is behind some trees, but you can blast it over the trees.
Yeah, and if you look at if you're going that way,
most people are going to go over the sand, right?
Yeah, most people are going to they're going to bounce from here and do a rough bump and then bleed out and try and get into that shadow or up towards the front. But if you're looking this direction here, between this tree and this tree, there's like a little gap right there. And that's kind of where we're aiming. There is a flagpole right down here by the tee box that if you put too much curl on it, you do take the risk of
light post,
of tapping the flag post, and that's bad. Of course, I lost my pen. Can't draw anymore. There we go. All right. I think I got it. I'm going to take a Titan. The king of balls.
You only need power 3.
Well, with tailwind. And it seems to me...
I'll just wing it.
It seems to me that I don't have to put on all the topspin. It seems to me I can do like maybe 50 topspin, 40 topspin.
The pin is like at the back right now or something, it looks like.
Well, the pin originally on this hole was to the right and kind of in the center, but now it's to the left and kind of in the center. So if you're coming in from the left, like we're going to take the shot, you're actually in a better spot.
Oh, just from the little picture, it looks like it's, but I don't know, whatever. I don't have the pictures you have.
I had to go to Tommy's site because, I think that I can get Parc de Paris at Golf Clash Notebook, but I'm never really sure if they have them in the right order. So, because Golf Clash Notebook has everything in its original order, but for some of the tournaments they mix the holes up. All right, are you ready?
Sure.
You go first.
I'll go first then. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. It always takes forever to get dots here. Dots.
Dots, and I'm still spinning. I'm going to back out.
Still spinning.
Dots, and come on. Come on, man. Don't dick with us like this. What kind of shit is this?
I'm just spinning forever.
Back out. Let's go.
No, I got... No, fuck.
Of course.
Just about to.
Of course.
I got rich.
I'm going to spin forever because it's 6:30 in the morning in Australia on a work day. Anybody talk to Terry lately?
No,
I need to call him. We have a friend who lives in England. He's having some medical problems named Terry, and giving a shout out to Terry. I need to call him and find out how he's doing. He wasn't doing real good the last time I talked to him. I got Steve from Team Golf Clan. What the hell kind of name is that? All right. All right. There's 5. Let's see where that puts me. Let's go 6.
Oh, too fast. Way too fast.
Like 2 rings great to the right. We'll count that as a ring and a half. Too much topspin. Ooh, yes. Perfect topspin. Boy, that was almost a hole-in-one, dude. Put my perfect glasses on, see if that helps. But that was damn near a hole-in-one. I thought it was going to go too far. You can see how much the wind carries down there.
I missed the rough. I bounced on the fairway and just fucking went for a ride.
Yeah, so I mean, pulling it as far out on the red line as I possibly could. I was barely at the transition between the rough and the fairway. We got a 2.9 mile an hour wind, which on that club should be 2 rings, and I'll bet you I was four rings into that fairway. So the wind's like twice what it says it is, and it works the opposite. So if you're working in a headwind, it's going to kill it. So you have to bring out a bigger ball.
I got a ridiculous shot.
Mine's pretty tough. Perfect.
Oh, great.
Eagle.
Did I make it? No. Damn. That would have been cool. I went over the green, through the trees, and was literally on the beach.
There's some tough shots on the other side over there. And if you're out there and you find yourself in that position, just get back over it. A lot of times you can't shoot it right towards the pin. You just have to get over there on the green and chip it in.
Yeah, there's a hill. I had a nice little hill to use, so actually, if I would have hit perfect, it probably would have went in.
Hole number 1 in the bag. Hole number 2. What is?
Should we try somewhere like in as far east in Europe as you got, or like Hong Kong or something?
Well, we never had luck in Hong Kong. It seems like we could do. We had a lot of luck in the Netherlands, and we had a lot of luck in Ireland too. You want to switch to the Netherlands?
Yeah, let's try that one because I don't have a good feeling about this one.
Australia's not going to be nice to us.
No. If fucks up the rhythm too, because it takes forever to get dots. Normally, it's like you want to jump in like just right before I get dots.
Yep.
Come on, buddy, putt the fucking ball already.
Let's make sure I'm still. Let's make sure I turned. Yep. Okay. VPN's on, and I'm still in the other ones. All right. And what's hole number 2? Hole number 2. That is not hole number 2. That's hole. Oh shit. And hole number 2 is.
Did you putt? Okay, you putted.
Well, hole number 2 was a dangerous as hell par 3 before. And now what they've done, let me try and grab my pen.
Okay, I need to move and restart.
And so what they've done, the pin plate was here, but the pin now is here.
What are yours? Amsterdam, probably, eh?
Yep. And so the best way to go at it is from right here coming across, but it's real tricky. You got to watch that second bounce. Your first bounce here, and depending on which way the wind's going, you do not want to have to pull over the sand. So if the wind's coming from this way, you got to give yourself enough separation or bring out a low wind ball so that you can keep from having to mess with the sand. But if you make a bad adjustment here, and it seems to me that we were doing like plus 10 on the drive. Let's see what Tommy says. Let's look at Tommy's deal and see what Tommy says we should do. What does Tommy say you should do? He tells us nothing. No elevation set. And you got to watch out with the new pin placement where your second bounce is, because in this area, in order to woe it up to get it to the hole, it's real tricky if you especially if you had a headwind here and you get your pull wrong, you can end up going for a wild right. If you miss the cup with any speed at all, you're going to end up on the backside and more than likely end up in the sand. But if you underpull it, you're going to end up clipping that rough. So this hole, it was dangerous before, and I don't know that they've made it any easier with the pin placement. And I'm pretty sure it is a long iron. And I'm going to bring a side spin ball.
So what are you saying? You're going to bounce over the sand?
Yeah.
I can't remember this one off the top of my head. I'm just looking at a little picture on the screen. Yeah, the rough looks pretty thin. And the wind was pull you right into the sand, too.
And which way is the wind blowing?
Left to right, pretty much. A little bit of tailwind.
Yeah.
What's this pin shit? I haven't pinned any.
I'm pretty sure it is 10%. Let's plug my phone in so it doesn't die. I got 23% on my tablet, so that'll give me time for my phone to charge up. Alrighty, you ready? Oh, hold on. Let's turn the game off since we did that.
Yeah, I already started.
Oh, sure. Get ahead of me. No, I see how it is.
No, I figured you were smart enough to do it the first time.
That's what you get for assuming, dude.
Yep. Ask you me.
Ask you me.
Well, I was fucking waiting for Buddy to putt. He had to wait the whole clock to putt for some fucking reason.
All right, I'm
so
ready.
I figured I was behind.
Are you ready?
I guess so. All right, let's try this again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Spinning.
Dots. Oh, I got someone right away.
Dots. I counted to 5. I'm going to count to 4 next time.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Which account are you playing?
Another dinner.
Okay. And I'm going to sit here and spin forever because who's playing hole 2? GC Wannabe. Welcome to the channel.
Check.
Now, this was a dangerous hole before, but that pin placement that's on there now. And your ball guide
is be a better route.
The ball guide's definitely lying to you. Like, it needs a little bit more backspin than what you'd think. My opponent was very nonchalant about that. Hitting it perfect. They did hit it perfect, though.
Well, I made it over the hump. That was way right of where I was aiming,
see,
though.
There's a little hill right there, too, and at the very end, it tails off to the left. And it's super easy to miss to the left.
Yeah, I tried to go. Yeah, that
2.7 times 1.1 divided by 0.9. 3.3 rings.
I'm curious if you had 3-spin ball, if you could actually hit the rough on the right side of the sand and spin it towards the cup. Just a bumpy green.
Oh, fuck. I hit it 2 rings great to the left. And I had it set up a little bit more to the right because of that hill. I wanted to hit that hill and then it'll drift off to the left when it comes in. So, even though that was 2 rings great to the left, it didn't look like it. Ended up pretty close to the cut, but it was way the hell off on the hit. Timing's bad. Don't remember the holes. Look at that shit. What kind of rookies are we? And people wonder why we play rookie. Come on.
Hey, I played one account last tournament.
Yeah, and you shot a 17 and won. Look at that.
Yeah, barely.
With those max overpower hook shots that were on there, I didn't get a chance to play last week. I had a... Before I left, I've been dinking around with my yard. I'm going to tear out most of my yard. And
I should have saved some of them, but I did like 3 or 4 power hooks and slices.
I really wanted to play in it because after doing that practice round last week with the holes.
Oh, I remember this one for sure.
And I
had one of the first videos of yours I saw.
Customer that was gonna kill his grass, and his beautiful grass. So I went and cut his grass out, got sod. And then I came to my house, cut my grass out, and laid his sod on my grass on my ground. So that's what I was doing last week, and I was whooped. Yeah, I think I remember you talking to me about this hole because I was on this hole and I was like, I am getting an Albie right now. That's it. I'm done. And then I went out there and got an Albie on it.
Yeah, because you're like, if people know me, you know, like I'm not a hit for distance. I'd like to drive to a certain spot and blah, blah. And if you hit it up to this shadow here, and I was like, fuck, this guy's like really getting in depth here for one fucking shot, eh? Okay. And then I kept watching it, and then, yeah. It should give you enough room to hit your sniper on the other side, and you can blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, sure enough, doink goes right in. I was like, oh, no shit. Oh, yeah, I'm not even bringing my putter. That was the other line.
Yeah.
Not even bringing my putter. Just bringing my extra mile and my sniper. That's it.
And you know that, I think it was Vineyard Acres. When the game first came out, most of the holes, when the game first came out, you just kind of pound it out there and do your thing. But when Vineyard Acres came out, and Greenock Point, the deal there is that it was really about placing your ball. It was more important to pinpoint place your ball in a certain spot than to get more distance. Like, you could get more distance, but you were actually...
I haven't played that course in a long time. The Greenock Point, Greenock, whatever the fuck it's called.
I love that course. They redesigned some of those holes, and I really liked the old...
Yeah.
It was so much harder with the old holes. And
well, there was like, remember, was it, I think, is it the last par 5?
Which way's the wind blowing?
Where it's blowing right towards the hole.
I'm going to take a Kingmaker.
Pretty much perfect wind.
King.
Do you need all the spin, or I was going to use the Titan because I wanted to use some more of the wind.
It's a little easier on the drive shot. It's a little more forgiving. But you can use a Titan easily. Here, I'll use a Titan.
I just got a million of them, so.
All right, I'm going to give you a 3-second head start this time. Ready?
Let's see if I'm set up here. Nope. 10 in the drive, probably, sure. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Dots. Marcus, I'm getting someone right away.
I'm still getting dots about a second and a half, 2 seconds after you, so we're leaving a gap for somebody. I'll do it. I'm going to shorten it up even more.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to use Kingmaker for the extra spin.
Now you can pound that up there and get way up past this front shadow, but I'm interested in just getting right there. Right where the light post shadow's sticking out. I'm not a big fan of hitting with overpower into that spot. There's no reason to. But my opponent is obviously going to try and pound it all the way to the front. Get up there, buddy. Come on. Ooh, that might be bad. That is bad. You are in big, big, big trouble, buddy. You better hope that I didn't bring my putter today. Because you are not you are not making that. Yeah.
Right in that spot, right between those two shadows. 373.
Yeah, my opponent's in the shit. 4-5. I'm gonna do okay, there's 4-5. I'm gonna do a 5 mile an hour pull.
2.5.
I'm using an APOC.
Oh.
Hitting it perfect.
Oh.
Bless you. Gesundheit.
I don't know how to mute these fucking stupid. I don't know if I can mute these things.
I actually got up to almost to the end of the last shadow. I'm way in the hell up there. I could have brought a.
Oh man, you can almost get to the complete other fairway. But Buddy's like right in the middle of the rough between two of them. Do I have room?
I saw somebody doing that where they were trying to hit up to the front of this fairway. And where the new pin placement is, it's a little bit, I think is the pin placement even farther in the back?
Yeah, it looks like you can try and go for the back corner and roll it down. I'm going to try that.
I'm not a fan of that.
And I'm just going to go 1-to-1.
Not a fan.
It looks like you can go straight at it too, though, if you want.
And there's Max. I'm about mid club. What's mid? Sniper's 1.2.
Or you can just get it in the hole. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
2.6. 2.38 rings. We'll say 2.4 just for easy math.
Saved you there, buddy.
Was that an Albie?
Yep.
Well, you didn't bring your putter. Let's see if I left my putter at the clubhouse. No, I missed it on the. Ooh! Oh, that was close. Close. I did it.
Yeah, I used the hill to the left and then rolled it down to the cup.
I was trying to just bring it at the very end. It breaks a little bit to the right, and I set it up on the left-hand side. I did a 10% on it. That might have been a little bit of an overpull. Maybe a 5.
I just did 1-to-1.
Yeah, 1-to-1 probably would have went in.
But I think Like, you could go straight at it if you wanted there, but I think the best way to go about that, it is tough because depending on how far you get, like I had just enough club to get to the flat part of that next fairway.
Yep.
So my best line was to actually use that hill. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't even do that. I hit the fucking front of it. But if you can move over to the right, and then use left spin to go at the cup, then you can straighten out that break that goes from left to right. Which is what I was looking at, and then I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go for that slope to the left and let it roll down.
Can't miss that.
And it went in.
Into hole. Mr. Albie, man. Look at you.
That's 3 in a row. 2 different courses, but...
All right.
That was the game-winning shot, actually, last turn.
If I remember correctly, on this
on
one,
9.
they just moved the pin forward, so the pin's more in this spot as opposed to in the back.
It looks like it's in the back left corner from this little tiny picture.
Which way's the wind blowing? Because I want to try that rough.
Left to right. Kind of almost perfect tailwind left to right. Like 45 degree, almost.
It did seem like we were doing...
Is this the one with all the fucking bumps in front of it? No.
Because I'm gonna do a rough bump.
Wait, there's rough there?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And it's a sniper and a quasar.
No, I need more spin.
I think we can do it with a quasar. If not, I'll have to switch to a katana. But I think it's pretty much straight up. Let me open up my my club card chest and see if I get any... I actually got my Spitfire. As soon as I got home, the first time I opened up the game, I got 1 Spitfire and a free chest. And I was 1 Spitfire short of raising it to level 6. I got the Jungleist and the Hammerhead. Woo! I'll be picking my Razor.
Hammerhead's okay.
Yeah. The deal is it is okay.
Once you get it up there, it's like pretty much kind of like a sniper with more backspin, isn't it?
Well, I think... Let me look at it. We'll compare it straight across. I think at level 7, it does get its last little bit of accuracy, and it's got a little bit more topspin, and it's got a little... Right now, it's the same backspin, but when you get it to level 7, it's got more backspin. But my sniper right now has, even though it's got a little bit less distance, it's got better ball guide. And I don't mind the 95% accurate. It's kind of a toss-up, but the 4.5 ball guide's pretty nice. All right. This time I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna go at the same time as you. I'm gonna give you a 1 second lead. I'm ready.
Okay, what am I doing? Power 1, sniper, plus 10? Sure. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Dots?
Dots and... Oh, you bastards. And you already got somebody, right?
I was just about to go out and I got someone. Maybe you should go first, and I'll go like a second after you.
Okay.
That was pretty close, though. We almost got him at the same time. Oh, it is the fucking... No, it's not the Moogle. Okay. Yeah, this is doable. I don't remember this all off the top of my head, but... No, there's another break.
I remember when this hole first came out, I was coming at it with... Like, the first tournament it came out, I was like, fuck it, we'll just take a Guardian and backspin that bitch in there.
Golfers for Jesus.
429. 4.29. 4.3 rings.
Why are you using a Titan? I don't know, he's got a million of them. That's close.
Hitting it perfect. Come on. Get in the hole. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. I pulled it too much. Don't use the 10%.
But it's only like mid club, right? Or like 25%.
It's what's weird is it hit in a really good spot in the rough, but it was way off. I over pulled it at the end, and it did. This hole, it does drift off to the left.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it my ball guide on the right side of the cup.
Let's see what Steph's got.
1-1 minus 0.1.
15K games, 7,401. How many games have I won? 6,000. It's hard to tell on the win percentage because I forfeited a shit ton of games, at least a couple thousand. Back in the day when we had shootouts.
Oh, I went exactly where I aimed. Oh, I should have went straight in. I did 1-1 minus 0.1.
And did it just miss off the edge?
Yeah, I had the ball guide just on the outside edge of the right side of the cup, and that's exactly where it stopped.
Well, you haven't made your putt yet, dude. I don't like to say good game until I've actually got the ball in the hole. I've missed some of these close-up putts or had some shit happen, and it's never good. It's like the superstition thing. Now it's good luck, good game.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Well, the same as like when we're at the golf scramble, and say we got a putt for a birdie or something, and then the first guy goes up and he like leaves it, just short or just off to the side or just behind it, and it's like, yes, tap it, no problem. That's easy par. And someone walks up and taps it in before everyone else finishes putting. Like, no. Don't do that. It's like, well, we got our par. Yeah, nope. Let us all take our birdie putts first before you get that fucking official par in. Just wait, okay? I know it's a tap in. It's a guaranteed par, but let us putt. I don't know, superstition, right?
So, if I remember correctly on this hole, with the new pin placement, I love the old pin placement on this. And I never hit over to the island to the left, or to the second fairway on the left. But it seemed like the last time we were here, you actually have a pretty good shot at it if you're over here.
How do you remember all this shit?
I don't remember holes for, like, if you showed me this hole and said, what course is this from? I wouldn't be able, I more than likely would not be able to tell you what course it's from, but I'd be able to tell you how to play the hole. I remember how to.
Well, I guess you got a better picture than I'm looking at too. But
yeah, and that's why I was so excited when Golf Clash Notebook. So the game came out in February, March of 2017, and Golf Clash Notebook came out at the beginning of 2018, and I was so damn excited. That's when I started shooting videos, because now we had pictures. Because before there was no damn pictures, and you had to remember the holes. And it was really bad because you only had one bag. So when you're playing one-on-one, like, you didn't have the opportunity to switch up bags. You got stuck with whatever the hell you got stuck with. And so trying to remember the holes, trying to figure them out before you went to the next tour, because there was no, like, you couldn't go online and just go to Golf Clash Tommy or Golf Clash Notebook and pull up the pictures. So when you went up a tour and started playing new courses, it was a definite learning experience. But it seemed like there was a shot from over here, and that was actually the shot that I ended up doing as the week went on, because I like the angle to the cup better. Even though this is closer, I kind of like the area over here. I'm gonna shoot to the left.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna wing it as usual.
And I'm either gonna take my number one or I may take my number two bag. And I probably need to bring out a different ball. Let's bring out let's give ourselves all of the options. Let's pop out a Kingmaker. I have 7 of them. Come on. Let's start off with the number 1 bag and see if that works. Or number 2 bag. The number 2 bag. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. I'll go first.
You go. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Spinning dots.
Dots and
Come on, you rat bastard
I'm gonna
sons
go
of bitches. And you already got
go back
somebody.
in.
Okay.
I'm out and back in.
Yeah, I'm still spinning. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
No, I got hell's bells.
We have matched these accounts up I don't know how many times. These are actually I have it written down, so this account in 77 we play together because we're in the same trophy count and the same stuff, so
Oh,
you can hit it.
I think I was doing a runner fucking rough bump. I wonder if this Hornet has enough topspin to do that.
Yeah,
looks like the pin's closer. This might be your different hole that I'm thinking of too, though.
My opponent is using a 4-power ball because evidently they have a shit ton of them. They're using one of the new 4-power balls with the 5 backspin. So
What? I don't get that.
Well, I suppose if you had lower developed clubs and you weren't able on some holes to get, you didn't have a Guardian that had all of its stuff. A lot of these holes used to be Guardian, like there were so many holes that the Guardian was the club, but they've redesigned a lot of them, so it's not the club as much anymore. Two, 9. It's 3 rings. See if we can not overhit it. Curl the hell out of it. The deal is you got to get far enough forward that you can clear the trees. Oh, ooh, overhit it. I think I can still get up there with my Nirvana, but just a titch too much top spin.
Dude, you're gonna go. What? This guy's fucked. Is that even in play? I guess so.
Well, I suppose in this case with a thorn, my opponent's got a thorn, so they got all of that ball guide. They can see where their tail's going to go. And with all that backspin on there, that's a pretty sweet look. Although their ball guide's getting blocked by the white ring.
Damn it.
It'd kind of be nice if in the overlay they put the
wedge for the fucking rough bump.
They put the ball guide so that it's on top of the rings instead of under.
Okay. Minimum Hornet 1, 2. And I need to push down.
Perfect. They eyeballed it, so I have no idea where it's going to go. It looked like they overpulled it, and they did. Okay, where the hell am I at? There's max, there's mid, so I'm at about 3/4.
Oh, I should have just left it. That's definitely a very gettable hole.
I'm going to try and second bounce it in. I'm at 3/4. It's 2 rings. 2 per ring.
I might have to concede, and depending on what it is in this account, and use my rapier on that hole, or in that bag.
Hit it perfect. I was trying for the second bounce, and the hole in the second bounce was right behind it. I was trying for a second bounce dunk. Close. The pool was good. Everything was good. It just didn't. It went a little farther than it was supposed to. Just having fun, damn it.
That's a hell of a hill you're coming over from that angle, though.
Yeah, but that angle over there, you can run the ball. Because If you guys, and you have watched my videos for a long time, like when I first started, like the par threes, especially if there's par threes that are dangerous, it's like you just go up there with a backspin club, stick that fucker to the green, get your birdie, and move on to the next hole.
Yeah.
But
It's par 4 though.
but the deal is, well, yeah, and on this hole, the backspin stuff it's awesome when it goes in, but it's not as consistent as where you can put like one backspin on and kind of run it
going
up.
for backspin there, and I used my horn, and I only put my 3 backspin that it has on it when I took the shot. But I was going over there, stop in front of the sand, and use a short iron for a rough bump up there. Because it looks like there's a bit of a crevice, or I don't know, like a ditch almost, where those 2 hills kind of meet, and the pin seems to be pretty close to it.
Well,
I hit it a little bit too far to do the rough bump, so I would have needed my rapier in order to do it.
Well, before the deal is that the pin was right at the base of that, right in the trough where those 2 came together. But now they've moved it to the left, and it's more on that hill. And
which is, I think I know what this one is.
And this one here, they moved.
Here, right?
They moved there is a rough bump, but you have to be in the right spot. And it seemed to me that there was, like, to get to the right spot, because they moved it from the back where it's at right here. They moved it more into this area where it's kind of like right on the edge of that shadow. And so you can do a rough bump here, but and depending on which way the wind's blowing, you may involve the sand. But
almost straight tailwind up the tee.
It can be tricky.
A little bit right to left.
It can be tricky. All right. I'm gonna switch this up and take a Titan. And I'm gonna stick with my number 1 bag. Although I think we actually want to stick more up in the front. We'll see how it looks. We barely want to get over.
Step 1, get over.
Just get over and not getting that sand right there. I've always done a 10% on the drive on this. All right, you ready?
Sure.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
3, 2, 1, go. Spinning dots.
Okay, I got in a couple seconds for dots, and no, I got someone, and you're probably still spinning.
I got Joycey. The clan.
Probably at the same time, I got someone.
The clanless Joycey. They're like, hey, you guys were gone.
Jerk offs.
We're not gonna let you guys play. What are you talking about?
Oh, buddy, you're not leaving room for error there. Okay.
3, 2. I'm gonna do 3, 5, which would be 2 ring or 1 ring and a half and a little. Hitting it perfect.
Ooh, buddy.
I'm just trying to make it right to the shadow. Trying to give myself a little bit of angle from that tree. And if I remember correctly, there is a ball deal here.
A ball deal?
It's a red line thing on this second shot. I think I got so pissed off at the new pin placement because the first time I was here, it seemed like I got an Albie on it for the first time, and I don't even.
Give me a fucking winky thing when I was in the middle of my shot.
And I don't even remember the last time I got an albie, but I think when they did the pin placement, the first time I got an albie on it, I was all excited. And then I went out there and I clipped the rough and was short and clipped the tree and ended up in the sand. And I finally, by the weekend round, got pissed off and said, "Screw this!" And I brought out my I brought out my what the hell is I was just talking about at the Backspin Club, Guardian, and I just stuck it up there and went at it.
Buddy, use the rough. There you go.
Three one. I'm just going to do a straight up adjustment because I have no idea, so I'm just going to do straight up 3-1. Hitting it perfect. And it didn't break. But I am pin high, right next to the cup. About 7 miles away, but that's probably the way that the game plays that I'm probably 1.55 yards. It always cracks me up there where you're right next to the cup and they say you're 0.33 yards. Well, that's a foot. Dude, if you blew on the ball, it'd fall in the hole and you're telling me I'm a foot away? Guys must have did the numbers on this. They're like, oh yeah, that's a foot, baby. Hell yeah.
It's a finicky little rough bump, though.
It is a finicky little rough bump. The deal is that you think you need to push it to the left in order to get it to the cup, but when you push it to the left, then it makes the ball guide go to the right.
Or you just push it to the front of the rough, put some backspin on it, and get it in the hole.
Did you make another albie?
Yeah.
Look at that shit, dude. 2 albies. Damn. Why aren't we getting this on video? Because golf class won't let us match up. Because we might do something.
Par 3s. I'm already tied for 3rd. Looks like a pretty weak bracket. What? Oh, okay. I think I remember this one. Everyone wants to go to the right, but it's so freaking hard to navigate. I mean, if you got through there, you could probably make it on the green. But I'm going to go to the left and bounce it over the creek and take a short iron in, I think.
Let's see, I can't remember the hole.
Par 4. There's like a snake creek that goes right through the middle of the hole, and then there's bunkers on the right side. Then there's a bunker on the right side, and then there's a patch of trees in front of the green. I mean, it's doable to go to the right, and you probably have a wicked awesome second shot if you were putting. It would be just like a wedge, little chip, but it's such a
so this hole
tricky shot to get through there.
This hole, so the pin placement now is actually the original pin placement that we have here. The pin placement is now here, and I will tell you right now, for anybody who hasn't played this hole or played it very little, this freaking hill back here is steeper than hell. You do not want the new pin placement. It's not as bad if you overshoot the hole and you're up here on the hill, but like
I'm gonna go on mute while I hit the can.
If we're ever playing this hole and we've got the original pin placement, you do not want to end up over on this side because you can't make the putt. The pin's over here, and you got to go up the hill, and you can't get it around to get to it. It's a very difficult thing. But the new pin placement, so there's a bunch of different ways to play this hole. You can play it with, you can get over and put yourself in a good spot with pretty much any level clubs. There is a max overpower hook shot that you can do where you can end up right in this area. You can come out to here and you can just pound it over and end up in this area. You can come out here and lay it up right here and you've got a shot at it coming in. You can try and use this particular spot to go for it, but if you're going for this spot, if you got a tailwind, I think you might be able to do it with a 3 or 4 power ball if you have a tailwind, but if you have any kind of headwind, you've got to use a power 5 ball. And ideally, you want to use a power 5 ball even if you've got tailwind so that you can pick the spot and then take the wind out. So when you're down in here, what I was doing the last few times we played it is I've been pinching myself too close in here, only giving myself a couple rings, and then trying not to use a lot of curl and just come out here in front so that I can pitch it up. Or you can set yourself up a little bit more to the left where you've got to put a little bit of curl on it. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room in this area down here and put a little bit of curl. But it seemed to me, if I remember correctly, you don't have to use a lot of topspin. If you got an APOC, I don't think you have to use a lot of topspin in order to get it done, if I remember correctly. It seemed like it was very little. And I mean by very little, like very little.
Oh, okay.
We got a headwind. Perfect. I'm gonna pop out a power 5 ball. And if I have to do overpower, I may have to drop down to a power 4 ball.
You trying to go all the way over the creek on the right side?
Yep, I'm trying to get on the green and one.
Don't you know like the oldest balls to me? Stupid fucking sorting.
Yeah, the sorting hasn't gotten any better, I can see.
I set it to oldest, and then I went and looked at my clubs, and I went back to the balls, and then it was changed. But it was still set to oldest.
Oh.
Stupid. That's all I do. That's like my default setting is oldest.
My number 5 bag. Because raw distance is the key here. Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go at the same time.
I keep getting people right away. So yeah, let's try the same time.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Well, we can switch.
Well, the thing is, as soon as I get dots, I get someone, right? So.
Okay. So are you ready?
I figured to let you go first, but.
We'll go at the same time.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Spinning dots.
Dots. Yeah, see. Almost same.
Are you still spinning?
Still spinning.
I'm going to back out and get back in. Spinning. Dots in. Come on. You're gonna give
as soon as you got dots, you got a player.
Of course.
So dumb.
They're like, oh, it's these two jokers again. Rat bastards. Chris, smash it. Smash it real good. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, yeah.
Chris goes first.
Then you adjust the wind.
Like to see where their red lines are at.
Yeah.
I think if they hit that, it might go too far.
Clip the rough, but that's okay. Should still be.
No, that's
oh geez, that's probably max short iron.
That's
fine.
too far. It looked like if it got a roll,
I should put those.
And that's exactly what it did.
Those 2 par 5 shots in the plan chat, and then you can look at them. The second round, I fucked one. Well, I kind of fucked around both of them for a while, but.
I'm going to put 1 topspin on. So it's going to push me back towards my blue ring. So I'm going to end up in this area right here.
That's why I recorded right.
4, 3. 3 rings. Just a little teeny bit of side or curl. Hitting it perfect. See if I got my spin right. That wasn't exactly what I was looking for. It ended up that wind was really probably 20 or 30% more than it was showing, but I'm in a good spot. I got a straight up chip. And you can see, look at that hill. That's what I'm talking about. You do not want to be in the old pin placement up at the top of that hill. And the ball guide's lying to him right there. It will roll out. He doesn't have to get all the way to the cup like that. It will roll down that hill. Eyeballed it.
Hit the fringe. Hit the fringe. Roll up. Oh. I need to do an extra 0.2 maybe. Plus 10. No, I was at 75%. I did 3 rings.
What have I got here? There's max. So I'm pretty close to max club.
That was pretty much a max adjustment.
.8 divided by 1.2. 2.33 rings.
Slice that, homie. You better slice that. Yeah.
There's 2 1/3. Oh, it hit a grate. It won't go in on a grate. Woo! It went in. I can't believe that. And it barely went in. I was because it's on the uphill right there, and I didn't put my ball guide all the way through the hole. I was right at the edge, right at the front edge, and it barely went in the hole. It barely fell in. It was about ready to stop, and it fell in.
The old 16 at the Masters, Tiger Woods shot.
It was on the cup.
Such a fun hole to play.
Those holes at the Masters, man, the TV does not do them justice. You go to if anybody ever gets a chance to go to the Masters, and you can go, it's hard to get tickets to go to the rounds, and you can, but you got to pull out your wallet. But you can go to the practice rounds pretty easily and get scalp tickets. And that course it's fun just to go out there and walk the course. I've been to a couple Masters for the rounds and stuff. The last time I was there, we went through all the practice rounds, and then the day the tournament started, I got deployed and I had to leave and go back to South Carolina and get my vehicle, and I had to give my tickets to a buddy of mine. He was bummed out about it, but he was bummed.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, he was really bummed.
Free Masters tickets? Oh, man, you're deployed. You can't go. Fuck,
well,
you're giving them to me? That's such a shame.
Let me revise that. I gave him my tickets, but they weren't free. He paid me what I paid for them.
Yeah, fair enough. No, that'd be cool. That's one thing I want to do.
Now, I love this hole.
I want to go see like a NASCAR race at like, I don't know, one of the fast ones like Michigan or what's the other one? Talladega, I guess.
Yeah, Talladega and Daytona. Talladega's a little bit better to go to than Daytona. Daytona, you got to get involved with the whole Orlando area, but Daytona is
Michigan's right across the fucking river though.
Yeah, so and Michigan's got a pretty good track. Kansas has got that high speed track that's down there. Last time I went to a NASCAR race, I went to the All-Star race in Charlotte.
And then what was another one? I mean, I guess Super Bowl would be cool, but I'm not a huge football fan.
Yeah, football's
still be a spectacle.
Football's not as much fun when you're. It's fun when you're there. But
I went to one game and I was just like, okay. Like I thought we were gonna have awesome seats because we were like in like the 4th, 5th row, and it was the complete opposite. I was like, damn, I wish I was like up 20 rows, and then like more towards the middle of the field. It was like that's when Michael Vick played for the Eagles. I don't know the last time, and yeah, he made like a scramble play. He ran for like 30 fucking yards or something on one play, and down on the field where I was sitting, it looked like he ran like 20 feet. It's like, oh, Michael Vick for 28 yards. And I was like, that was 28 yards? Holy shit.
And the thing about going to a football game is they're a lot when you're at the game, it's not like play after play after play. There is a lot of TV timeouts, and there's a lot there's a lot more. The game on the field is not as like they're just playing it out because there's so many different things that are going on, and you're trying to figure out what the hell it is, and it's not as much action. I've only been to a few football games. When I was a kid, my grandmother had season tickets to the A's, and we used to travel to San Francisco quite a bit and watch the A's play. They had season tickets right behind the dugout, so you got a chance to catch a lot of balls. So whenever we went, we always took our gloves with us and stuff, and got a lot of balls. And then my grandmother would she had a lot of signed balls. My uncle took all those when she died. That was way, way back in the day when like Catfish Hunter played on the team, and like way back in the day. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Early 70s.
What's this one? Another rough bump?
No, I'm going to go straight at it.
The screen says... They
moved the pin back a little bit.
I might remember this one.
The pin was kind of like in the middle, and now it's further back.
I wonder if this is like is it a sniper?
No, it's a long iron. It's
okay. Different hole I'm thinking of then. Yeah, sure, whatever. Well, that's power one.
And I'm just going to go straight out, no special adjustment. This is always one of those finicky holes where you think you got it down, and then it sometimes will drop and sometimes won't.
Shitty Park has got a lot of holes like that.
They break right at the end of the hole.
And then it gives you the camera angle and everything, and then it's like, oh no, psych.
Yeah, because the deal is that like you got the
stupid kid in school that wants to go give you a high five and then pull his hand away and rub the side of his head.
If your speed's too slow, then it'll break more, and if you're just a little teeny bit too fast, it doesn't break and it misses on one side, and then the next time you've got the backspin right and it's dropping towards the hole, but then the course makes it drop more, and so you just miss on the right hand side, and it's one of those holes that it's super finicky. It always has been.
I wonder if they're going to put a new course in their rotation now and keep it. That'd be cool. I like that one.
Well, if they patterned it after, I wonder if they patterned the yardage and all that stuff after the real one, or if
I don't know.
I know that
I don't have cable, so I never get to watch any of it really. So
they were probably wishing they put some more trees out there in areas so you can do all those max overpower hooks.
Or wait, what? Yeah, what's today? 28. Season starts on the 12th, so it's 2 weeks.
What season?
NHL.
They still play NHL?
Oh, yeah.
Go Maple Leafs.
That's right.
Are you ready?
I guess so.
3, 2, 1, go. Spinning. Dots. We're on at the same time. I'm going to back out. Spinning. Dots. Martin.
See, as soon as you got matched at the same time I did. Spun that whole time. Oh, this is going to be the golden shot on Monday.
Yep.
What are you doing, homie? He does not know.
Does not know. It's got a Goliath, so what's that, about 2 per ring? So he moved at 3.5 rings. That was a big ass overpull. he's about a ring and
Yeah,
a half. He
think that
overpulled
rough.
it about a ring and a half, and he's about a ring and a half off to the right. So, what does that tell you?
Oh, how did you get in the rough, man? You just bounced it on. That was bad.
There's Max. There's man. I'm at mid club, but I'm gonna use a
Yeah, you
max
need like
number.
a fucking 8-side spin ball to do a rough bump there.
.55 rings. There's 3, 5, 5 exactly. Oh fuck! 2 rings great to the right, and I still ended up on the left. What does that tell you? Probably need to do an adjustment.
I hate to shut up in the middle of shooting.
And where did you end up?
Just short and left. I hit a great left. I hit a great left on my.
Sure, talking shit.
Hey, yeah. At least I made an adjustment, and I hit great left. It went great left.
I think I've only picked up 2. I picked up the 2 par 4s. 2 par 4s.
Yeah, me too.
8?
Well, 2 holes.
Picked up number 1. Picked up number. Oh, I missed the mid par 4. I didn't put myself in the right spot. I was in the rough. I had a shot at it. Almost made it on the second bounce. Okay, hole number 9. What the hell is hole number 9? I have no freaking clue.
The last hole.
It's the last hole. Here we go. Oh, okay. All right.
Uh-oh. He's getting excited.
I am getting excited. Let's see. This is one of those. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. So there's a bunch of different hole. We got pure ass tail.
I'm already in first.
So this hole we have. There is a ton of people here in the past.
What a weak bracket.
That have hit over here to the right to try and get up in here and then blast it through the trees. I am not a fan. I will never take this shot, and especially with the pin placement now, because the pin is even farther back. It used to be kind of in the middle, and now it's farther back in the spot. So you kind of had a run at it before, but now with the new pin placement, you got nothing here except to get over and get your eagle. There is a max overpower hook shot that you can do, and more often than not, you're going to end up in this rough right here, but you can recover if you have a Nirvana. I'm trying to get up to the front, and if you have the right ball combo, you can get through this rough and get over to the other side, but I'm just trying to get right here to the front so that I have a long iron to the cup.
I know, okay. I'm going to have to see
But you need lots, with the new pin placement,
my...
you need lots of fucking side spin. And I don't think I have any of those balls anymore. I may have to use a 444.
I got 79 curl with my rock.
Well, I could use. I think what I did was in the weekend rounds, I switched it up and I used the 5.5, the bloodsucker ball, just because it had. I got a little bit of power, but it has 0 wind. What did I use?
I've got 18 of the 444, but I have to use a rock in order to have enough curl. I'm not going to do a power slice. I'm just going to do a regular.
Next time the 444s come out, I have 39 of them left. But really, occasionally there could be a little bit, especially if you can get a 4-power ball with some topspin boost. But a 444 is. If the Titan is the king of balls, the 444 is the utility ball. It's very seldom not helpful.
What we got here? Black cherry.
And with tailwind, it's difficult because I won't be able to use. I don't think you've got to use overpower. And it's tricky too in that spot down there on this hill, because where you're hitting out on this island right here, you're over in this area, and it's like this. It's flat, and then it curves really quickly. And where the curve is at, let me see if I can zoom in a little. That's it. That's it. Where the curve is at, it's kind of starting right here. And so if your ball hits on this curve, it will take a flat trajectory and throw you. It's really flat. So you want to hit up here on the top on the flat. So when you're setting the ball up, you need to be as far to the right as you can possibly get, but you can't include this curved area in your shot. You want to hit right at the corner on the flat. And if you hit anything great to the right, it could be bad. Bad. This hole's like the bully at school. Sometimes it eats your lunch.
I think if you set it up on the right spot, though, you can just do a regular. You need something like a low-level apocalypse or high-level rock.
Well, I'll tell you the club for most people.
And you can curl, just do a curl shot off that island.
Yeah.
And still stay in the fairway. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I've done it with an extra mile actually, but I was like cutting it really close.
If you've got mid or low level clubs and you've got a ball inventory and I took the max overpower hook shot for a long time with a big topper.
Big topper's got a lot of curl.
Yeah, because it's got a lot of curl and it's got a shit ton of topspin, and you're not so concerned about ball guide and stuff. The raw distance you can make up with a power 5 ball, and that works if you got tail or side wind, but it doesn't work so well against headwind. Are you ready? Let's get hooked up once. So. Just one time, damn it. Ready?
Sure.
3, 2, 1, go.
I cheated. I waited 2 whole seconds. Dots.
Oh, and I got somebody right off the bat. Click 2. CLK2. From the Click 2 clan. You think they started it?
I wonder who's the president.
I wonder who. I wonder who. Okay, that should push me forward 2 rings.
Still spinning. Joe. Celtic Foot Club number 1. Football club, sorry.
Hitting it perfect. See if I can catch it right on that. And it pushed it in. It pushed it too far, and I'm in the water. I left the wind in because it looked like it was just going to push it forward, but it actually pushed it forward about 2 rings would be 3.1, and it pushed it forward a whole ring. Probably should plug my device in before it dies. Started off so good. Now I have to get the Albie in order to save the Eagle.
Oh, I hit the edge. Nice.
You make it over?
Yeah.
Yeah, all you gotta do is make it over.
Behind the trees though, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hit it. My rock only has like 4 top spin though. What do you mean good luck? If worst case Ontario, I'll just curl it around the trees, buddy. Come on, Chuck. See those things hanging underneath my picture there? Yeah, that's right. Gold,
now,
gold,
this
gold.
is a prime example of why I will never show the shot to the right. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the same thing I did last time.
Excuse.
But I'm going to give myself a little bit more room this time. And I only got a 2 win instead of a 3. But you can see how many rings away I was, and I didn't overpower it. So I'm going to pull back just a titch, about a ring. Make sure I'm in the spot that I like. 3/4 of a ring. No overpower. And hit it 1 ring great to the right, which is the worst fucking side to hit it to. See how I took that flat bounce? And end up down there on the end. Now, these trees right here were not in the way before because the flag used to be over here on this side. But where it's at now, the trees are problematic no matter... Dude, you brought the right club. But I will tell you, that is not... You better run every fucking bit of topspin that you got on that club. What are you doing?
Ooh, a bit too much curl. There goes my streak.
Now, if my opponent gets that through, it's going to end up in the sand. If they hit it perfect, it's going to end up in the sand. Because curl's not represented in your ball guide, and where they'd set it up, it was straight on, and all they had to do was hit it straight. They took the wind out. Now they're putting a shit ton of curl on it. And if it comes through there and it actually makes it through the trees, I can't believe they missed that sand. And it was close, but I can't believe that they missed it. I'm right at the break.
Boo, eagle. Who gets eagles on par fives? Jeez.
.2. I did 3-1. Oh, and then I hit it great to the right. Go in anyways. It would have been a little short. Needed to run it through there a little bit longer. That's good information to know right there.
Why can't I leave the screen? No. Fuck, this bracket sucks.
The key is that if you screw up, you got to take that shot again. Don't switch ponies. You picked a pony. You're committed.
That guy might shoot 12.
Well, I was on a 14
That's the
track,
only
and
one.
I think I ended up with a 13, so...
Got
And my opponent
11,
got
11,
the
11,
eagle.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9. Nines are in right now. Buddy with a 9 is going to qualify.
Buddy with a 9 is going to qualify?
Yeah. This guy, as long as he finishes.
Made it to the last hole without screwing up and then screwed up at the very end. I'm tied for first with 3 other people, or 2 other people. There's 3 of us with 13.
Yeah, I'm 3 clear.
3 clear. What'd you shoot?
14.
14.
Those 2 par 5s. I should go put those shots in the clan chat.
Yeah, and that last hole, the whole deal about going over to that side is you actually have an Albie shot. It's not necessarily... The new pin placement is a harder Albie shot than the old pin placement. But I have hit Albies on this hole in the old pin placement, but the new pin placement is a little teeny bit more difficult because you really want to get... Where I was at was like right here, and so these trees were in play, and where you really want to be is kind of like out in this area. I did use one of those... I had a ball that had topspin boost and was on this trajectory coming through here and got caught in the rough, and I did clear it one time. I got to the other side and had a perfect shot at it. But it is possible, especially if there must be some 4-power 4 side spin topspin boost ball out there that's probably got like 0 wind or something. I'm going to have to work out what the number is on the drive because we're going to have to take some wind out, because where I was at with my red line, I had 4 rings. It's 1.5 per ring. And the first time through I had a 3.1 wind. And so I left the wind in thinking that I was back here and that I was going to hit up in this area, and it actually blew me all the way past it. So the wind, like on one of the other holes earlier, was blowing about 100% more. That whole thing of, oh, you need to take off 10%, that shit's not going to fly on that. So I had a 2 mile an hour wind the second time, and I took out 3/4 of a ring, which is 1 mile per hour. I took out half of it and ended up still.
I posted those shots if you want to watch them.
The Albie shots?
Yeah.
Let's check out Dunner's Albie shots. Shots to the cup. Masters 1. Another Dunner, 1-1. This was on the first par 5.
No, they're backwards.
This was on the second par 5.
But yeah, I pushed
You
right
had
up to the front of that rough.
Yeah, and so I was
Eventually.
trying to stay off over on the left-hand side of that rough because it seemed to me like the last time we played this, the deal is this wind is good, but if you have to pull over that sand, it seemed like it was like the death of the shot. So I like the spot you were in because you were able to get a straight-up run at it.
My opponent liked it.
About 1 and a titch rings off, 1-1. Didn't involve the sand. Look at that. Yeah, you were in about the same drive spot that I was in. Perfect. In the hole. Albatross. Nice shot, buddy.
Yeah, that one was pretty slick.
Let's check out the second one. This hole right here is, I like this hole a lot. I've made a lot of Albies on this hole. But with the new pin placement, I think I've only gotten 1 Albie on the new pin placement. I've been driving at the spot that I drove before. I really wanted to be by that flagpole, but with the new pin placement, I've been trying to get a little bit more yardage up. Yeah, and we had about the same amount of stuff. You're using the hill a little bit. Okay, now you are going to use the hill. And I was trying to take it right to
Yeah,
the
I was looking at how to run straight at it for a second there. And I changed my mind and said I'm going to go for the hill.
Well, if you go straight at it, your speed has to be absolutely perfect. So you don't blow through the brake or brake too fast. It's got to be absolutely spot on. Down the hill. Ooh, just caught the edge of the cup. Look at that. Albatross. 2 Albies. Those would be awesome tiebreakers there, bro. Awesome. Nice shooting. Nice shooting, man.
Hopefully it doesn't go to qualifying round.
Nice shooting. All right, that was the Champ de Mars tournament. That was the qualification round since my wife had surgery yesterday, and yesterday was a shit show, and Monday was trying to get caught up, and that's what happens when you're gone. It'll take me another month before I get completely caught up, and I had a whole plan of things I was going to do today because my wife is laid up in the house, and it rained, so I was going to go out, and I've got a ton of stuff to clean up in the yard and blow and do all kinds of shit, and now everything's wet, so nothing wants to blow. And that blows. All right,
Yeah,
thanks
it's been
for
raining
watching.
here for like the last 3 days.
Dunner's got to go back to work on Monday, so he's all he's probably gonna chill out and party this weekend. Can't party too much since somebody came to his house and stole his pot.
Fuckers.
Stole his plants out of his backyard. And then not only did they steal them, but they ruined some of the ones that weren't ready yet, right?
Well, no, whatever they stole, it wouldn't have fucking grown because it wasn't ready to be pulled yet. It was still growing. Like the first two were in pots, they were still in the veg state, not even close. And then the next time there was like two that were pretty much budded out. They were nice too. And there was one that was just started flowering, barely. And so they didn't try and dig it or anything. They just ripped it right out of the ground. So the root system is totally fucked when you do that. It's not, you can't put it back in the ground somewhere else and grow it. It's dead. There's nothing on it. So it's a waste of a fucking plant.
We went to a house on Monday and cleaned the roof, and on the right-hand edge of the guy's house, he had a greenhouse out there, and I was out there walking around the house making sure that we had everything picked up around the house because he had gutter garden. It was going to flow over the gutter garden. When I got to that side, I was like, either there's a skunk or somebody's growing plants here. And I saw the greenhouse, and he was gone, so I opened it up to see what was in it, and he had them hanging. He cut them, and they were hanging in the greenhouse. And
yeah.
So I went and got my nephew and said, we need to tarp the greenhouse. So we went and grabbed the tarp, and it's like, I don't want to get any water in that greenhouse. I don't want to take any chances of screwing his stuff up. And we got about halfway done, and he came home, and he was like, oh shit, I forgot to tell you guys about that greenhouse back there. And I was like, no, I put a tarp over it so we wouldn't get any water in it. And he was like, oh, thank you. I said, yeah. I told him, I said, I walked around the corner. I was like, I think he's growing plants in there, and saw it and went and tarped it for him. And he was happy. He was happy.
Yeah, it's about that time. If things weren't fucked up, all my plants would probably be hanging by now too. Those first two definitely would have. Like, the night that they got stolen, I was actually texting my mom because her boyfriend's growing the same ones at his place or their place, whatever. And I was like, I think I should pull these. Like, I don't know how much bigger they're gonna get. They look done to me. It's like, oh well, Dan says, they'll still thicken up and whatever, and they'll grow some more. I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, whatever, we'll leave them. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not turning moldy or fucking anything like that. So, and then poof, that night they were gone. Fucking cocksuckers.
Rat bastards. I've had a lot of customers that go, hey man, you want to do this work and I'll trade you, and I'm like, no. For some reason the bank doesn't. I can't pay my bills with it. The bank's like, hey, I'm gonna deposit an ounce. What? I got a quarter
What's
pound.
What's an ounce going for these days?
I got a pound here. I want to deposit. They're not quite up on that yet, so. And it's so cheap. I don't know, like in other parts of the states or the world where marijuana is legal, but it's so cheap here. Hell, you can get 29% THC ounces for $18 an ounce down the street from my house. And they have 33% THC ones that you can get for $24 an ounce. An ounce. It's $5 for a what is it? I think they're 1 gram joints, pre-rolled joints. It's $5 for a pre-rolled joint. So you can get 1 gram, or you can get 28 grams for $18. I mean, it's a pretty smoking deal.
So times that by Canadian money, divided by 4. I'd say it was 24. Divided by 4 is 6. So it'd be $30.
$30 an ounce.
Canadian.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I get them for 50, so not too far off.
Not too. All right. That was the qualifying tournament. I've got the rest of the week. I don't have any work because my wife, so I'm kind of at home taking care of her. And so I will, we should be able to get it done and Dunner's off. So maybe tomorrow. Are you going to play another account?
Maybe. Probably wouldn't hurt. I got a bowl tomorrow night, so.
I'm going to go cut part of the floor out of my van today. So that's what I'm going to do.
See if I can improve on my 240 last week.
You're 240?
Yeah, not bad. It was only the second week I bowled, and I already beat my highest score from last year. So it's good to be back at our regular alley again, now that it's open.
Yeah. We'll go out there and get a 300. Then you can get a ring.
I mean, I tried. I got a plaque and a clock that says 298.
Is that the highest you've ever shot was 298?
No, I did have a 299, but it was just when me and my friend were out fucking around, so it's not really recorded on anything. But, I mean, it happened.
I think I told you before, I had a manager one time that was a bowler, and every place we were at, he brought his stuff and he'd find a bowling alley and go play. But he had, I don't know how many 300 games he had. He had, from his home bowling alley, he had a ring, and it had these it had diamonds in it for every 300 game that he got, and it was pretty impressive how many games that he had played. He was obviously really good. Probably could have went pro.
No doubt.
If I was that good, I probably would go pro. Why not?
It's a big commitment, though. I mean, I'm sure it's better these days with like sponsorships and stuff like that. But I mean, you got to spend a whole week qualifying and qualify with like a 220 average or something over like 40 games in a week. And then you get put, this has been the old days though. And then you make it to the weekend where they put it on TV and they did that step ladder thing where, okay, this guy qualified first, he gets the first spot. And then this guy qualified fifth, he plays fourth. Then the winner plays third, and the winner plays two. Then the winner plays the guy that qualified first, and then here's your champion. But I mean, you need to win, though.
Yeah, you need to win.
Make some decent money.
I sponsored a guy that was on the Bass Pro Tour. I didn't, it wasn't a monetary deal. I provided him all of his first aid supplies, and there's certain safety equipment he had to have on the boat, fire extinguisher and first aid kits and all of that stuff. It was I don't know, like $1,000 for the shit. And he had a patch on his thing and a sticker on his boat, and it wasn't a big deal. I mean, we were definitely the small guy on there, but that was $1,000 he didn't have to spend on that stuff, and we replenished it whenever he used stuff up. And I actually went fishing with him one time. I was out there working, and I went to Marion Lake and went fishing with him. He was pretty good. Although I fished with another guy that was on the Bass Pro Tour, Chad Richardson, and he lives in Kansas. I went there and paid him. My wife came out and I paid him to take us out fishing for the day. And that guy was a bass fisherman. Really good. We killed it that day. And I've had some pretty good days bass fishing, largemouth bass fishing, but that day might have been the best. All right, everybody have a great tournament, and we will catch on the next one. Any words of wisdom for everybody?
Don't fry bacon with your shirt off.
Don't fry bacon with your shirt off. That, my friends, is words of wisdom. Thanks for watching.